Here's a scenario that should scare every trader watching this. You fire an order out to your broker and it stumbles out the door while your speed test swears your internet is perfect. Your phone uploads a photo to the cloud in 2 seconds, but your trading PC sitting right next to it, it lags every time you submit an order ticket and it chokes when you try to upload a screen recording of your setup to your trading room. Same router, same network, same house, and when you run a speed test, it comes back clean. Green numbers, big download, everything looks fine. So either the laws of physics took the day off or something's lying to you. Spoiler alert, it's the speed test. This was a real support case we solved this week. A customer called me completely baffled. His uploads on his trading computer were dragging. His phone, 2 feet away, was flying. He ran an Ookla speed test a dozen times and it passed every single time. The internet company swore his line was perfect. And here's the thing, they were both right. The line was fine. The phone was fine. The problem was buried inside his trading computer in a setting that Windows turns on by default. A standard speed test will never, ever catch it. Let me show you why. Here's a part nobody tells you about speed tests. A speed test is mostly a download test. Think about how it actually works. It slams a big chunk of data down to your computer for a few seconds, and then it sends a tiny little burst back up. That upload leg is short. It's forgiving. It's over before anything has a chance to break. So if your machine has a problem on the way out, on the transmit mode, the speed test will sail right past it and tell you you're a champion. It's like a mechanic who only test drives your car downhill. Of course it runs great. He never asked it to climb anything. And for a trader, a transmit side is a side that matters. Every order you fire, every cancel, every modify, that's your computer talking out to the broker. If your outbound path is broken, your speed test can read a beautiful 400 megabits down all day long, while your live orders limp out the door a half a second late. And a half a second late right at the market open is a fill you didn't want or a fill you never got. Now let me name the problem. It's a setting. It's called Large Send Offload, LSO. Here's what LSO does in plain English. When your computer sends data, that data has to get chopped into little numbered packets before it goes out the door. LSO says, don't make the processor do that. Let the network card do it instead. So it hands the job to the network card. In theory, great idea. Less work for your CPU. The problem is when the network card is bad at the job. And a lot of these cheap onboard network chips, which are known as Realtek, sometimes known as Killer, the LSO implementation is buggy. So it takes your nice clean outbound data, mangles it into little garbage segments, and shoves them out the door. It's like handing your taxes to the laziest guy in the office. You say to him, you handle it, and he hands you back a smeared pile of nonsense. That's your upload. Your downloads stay fine because LSO only touches the stuff going out. And that's exactly why this customer's uploads broke while everything else looked perfect. So let me give you the fix click by click. Hit the start button in the bottom left corner. Type the words device manager and click on it when it pops up. In that list, find the line that says network adapters and click the little arrow to expand it. You'll see your network card. It'll say something like Realtek or Killer or Intel. Right-click on it and then choose Properties. Now click the tab at the top that says Advanced. You'll see a long list of settings. Scroll down and look for anything that says Large Send Offload v2, and you'll find both an IPv4 and an IPv6 version. Click each one, change the value from enabled to disabled, and click OK. Then after that, and this is the part most people skip, actually test a real upload, not Ookla. Upload a huge file to Google Drive. Send a screen recording up to Loom, something with a long, sustained outbound push. That's the only way you'll know if it's fixed. Now, before we go any further, let's find out if your machine can even keep up with your orders in the first place. I made a free CPU benchmark test made specifically for traders, and it spits back plain numbers that tell you whether your hardware is fast enough to fire orders cleanly or whether it's quietly costing you your fills on every single trading session. The link is right there in the description. Run it tonight before the market opens tomorrow, and in 5 minutes, you'll know for certain whether your computer is a thing standing between you and and your fills. Okay, here's the part where I'm about to disagree with half the internet. If you go search this problem, you'll find video after video telling you to disable 3 things: LSO, TCP checksum offload, and something called RSS, receive side scaling. Just turn them all off. Spray and pray. I'm going to tell you why that's lazy and why one of those can actually hurt you. LSO? Yes, that's the real fix about 90% of the time. Disabling something called TCP checksum offload? Low stakes. If disabling LSO alone doesn't fully do it, you can try turning that one off also. There's no real harm. But this thing called RSS, leave it alone. Here's the thing. RSS is a receive side feature. The name literally says it. Receive side scaling. It has nothing to do with sending data. It cannot logically be causing your upload problem. And for a trader, it's worse than useless. What RSS actually does is spread your incoming data across all your CPU cores. When you disable it, you pin all of that incoming traffic onto a single core. Now picture your setup at the open. Full order book, tick data, market data pouring in like a fire hose, and you just funneled all of that onto one lonely core while the rest sit there doing nothing. So congratulations, you just kneecapped your own market data feed to fix a problem you never had. The exact feed you care about most, that's a differentiator nobody else tells you about. Leave RSS on, period. There's no debate. Now let me give you the root cause, because toggling settings forever is not a way to live. This whole mess almost always comes down to one thing: a cheap onboard motherboard network chip running buggy default behavior. And that's it. Think about what's actually inside your machine. There is a world of difference between a computer built with cheap parts a manufacturer never thought about twice, and one built for the way a trader actually uses it. A quality network card with a mature, well-behaved implementation rarely throws this kind of a tantrum in the first place. Back in my day, old school traders had one phone line and a single screen, and somehow we got our orders in. Now this guy's got a fiber optic connection screaming into the house, 6 monitors, but a $400 tower, and a 40-cent network chip in there choking on its own homework. And that's the whole problem. The fast part of the setup is fine. The cheap part is sabotaging it. So if your uploads are dragging while your speed test is smiling at you, don't yell at your internet company. Open Device Manager, disable Large Send Offload, and if it keeps happening, the answer isn't another checkbox. It's the cheap network chip soldered onto your machine. And look, if you've gone through every one of these steps and your orders are still limping out the door, that's not a setting anymore. That's a machine itself telling you it cut a corner that's now costing you money on every fill. That's the exact phone call I take every single day from traders who are flat out done fighting your own hardware. Pick up the phone right now and give my team at Easy Trading Computers a call. The number is on your screen right now, and it's in the description: 800-387-5250. Tell us what you trade and how many screens you run, and we'll spec you a machine with a quality network card built in from the ground up, so a 40-cent chip never costs you another execution. You're a great trader. You shouldn't have to be a network engineer too. That part's our job. And if you're not ready to call yet, that's no problem. At least don't walk into a $3,000 purchase blind. Grab my free complete guide to trading computers. There's a link in the description, and there's a QR code on your screen right now. This guide walks you through exactly which corners get cut on consumer machines like the one we just took apart, so you never overpay for hardware that's quietly sabotaging your orders. And yo, make sure to slam the subscribe button before you go, because I'm going to keep putting out these videos to help you optimize your trading. And if you want to see the very best trading computer that money can buy, watch this video next. My name's Eddie Z. Thanks for watching. May the trend be with you.